Okay, this is Slack Math's take here on translating verbal phrases and sentences into algebraic expressions and equations. So we're going to start by looking at phrases and how they relate to expressions. And then we'll do a couple of sentences and how those relate to equations. Okay, so these here are phrases, a number minus 7. So that's not a complete sentence. In math, in algebra, we basically just write a number, which we could put as n, or x minus 7. So that's not a complete thought in English language, and in math it's kind of left ambiguous as well. You don't know what n is, it's just n minus 7. So that's all. 7 less than a number. Now when you see less than, that actually does something. It basically kind of switches these values around. 7 less than a number could be x minus 7. Or you might have p minus 7. It depends on what you put for a number. But the less than, in this case, has you switch the order. The final example of an expression is 5 more than twice a number. More than is plus, twice is 2 times something. 2 times a number, and 5 more than that. So you can write it like this, or you could write it like 2n plus 5. The commutative property of addition allows you to write that in either order, and they're both correct. Now we'll look at some sentences and how those translate into equations. So I should have a period there for a sentence. Okay, 3 is 2 less than a number. So less than, we are going to subtract, but we have to switch the order. Less than, you're thinking switch. 3 is, that's our equals. So 3 is 2 less than a number n. And now you could solve that equation, but all we're working on is translating from the sentence to an equation. The next example, 10 times a number is 6. So 10 times a number is 6. So you could put x as your variable, and remember, a number next to a variable, the multiplication is implied. So we'd call 10 the coefficient. And the final example, the sum of 6 and 8 is exactly half of a number x. So there's my equals, the sum of 6 and 8. So sum is addition, 6 plus 8 is exactly half of a number. So you can do this a couple of different ways. One way would be to say x divided by 2. That's certainly valid. You could say 6 plus 8 equals 1/2 times a number. Or you could even say 6 plus 8 equals 0.5 times a number. All those really would work in that translation.